Kevin's back. On to some 2012 news now. Rick Perry's Ponzi scheme comment about Social Security is turning into the gift that keeps on giving for Mitt Romney. Romney taking every opportunity to slam his opponent on the issue. This little gem from Sean Hannity's radio show.
I'm for Social Security. I want to save Social Security. It's an essential safety net for the American people. And number two, it's terrible politics. I mean, if we nominate someone who the Democrats can correctly characterize as being opposed to Social Security, we would be obliterated as a party.
Well, let me just say, Mitt's right about this. Having myself, when I was in the campaign business, obliterated a lot of Republicans on this very issue of Social Security. I'll tell you, Rick Perry is taking a very, very, very dangerous move on this thing.
But it'll be worse if he backs off, right?
There's ways to back off, though. There are ways to do it.
What should he do?
Not double down. Well, look, first of all, I think what he probably could have said is, this thing is not working. Everybody agrees with that.
Right.
So we got to fix it. We got to fix it. Now, that's a bit better than saying, again, it's a Ponzi scheme. All I'm saying is he's giving Mitt Romney an awful lot of ammunition that Mitt Romney otherwise wouldn't have.
It is a Ponzi scheme, and that's all he said. He didn't say it has to go away, and he didn't say we need to fix it. He simply said, he stated fact. It's a Ponzi scheme. We're paying in. Those benefits are being used up by people now. And
wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get
money
into
for
It's not sustainable.
Rick
Perry's campaign found a clip, coincidentally, from a book that Mitt Romney wrote. And guess what Mitt Romney said about Social Security? The people who are running it are criminals, and basically alluded that it was a Ponzi scheme. So he said the same thing.
But you agree, don't you, that this does give Romney some good running room, right?
I do agree with you, Bob. And if I were Rick Perry, he needs to come out with a very detailed plan on how to save it. He needs to do it quickly. And if I were him,
he'll do that in the next speech, in the next debate.
He needs to do it very quickly.
To do damage control, right away.
At the next debate, if I'm Rick Perry, I would level Romney with the numbers. I would hit him with, we're already in the red. Here's how many baby boomers are entering the system. Right. We're already not able to, I mean,
the facts are on his side.
That's right.
He has to lay out his case and present it, because right now it's a vulnerability for him, especially going forward. I agree with you, Bob. In the general election, it's a killer for him.
Greg, I'm going to get you in on this. This is one point is that this was a strategic decision on his part to make this double down on this in that campaign debate. They talked about it. Surely they talked about it as a major attack point from Romney, and he made the decision that they're going to double down and say, I'm
You know what? It worked for Senator Ron Johnson in Wisconsin. You said yesterday you don't know any lawmaker that's won by saying it's a Ponzi scheme. He won.
2010, it's a little different when you get it in a general election for president.
Here's the thing. Romney says it's terrible politics. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with Romney. If you shape this as, oh, this is really bad politics, Americans are going to hear that and go, well, I don't care if it's bad politics.
Right.
If it's the truth, we're at a time in our culture where truth matters more than whether the politics is good or bad.
And here is the truth. Besides Eric, both parties now are basically conceding that Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security have got to change. That's the one unifying theme I see running through here, which never would have happened 2 years ago.
Right.
The Democrats would never have touched
and they're still not going to touch it. They're still not going to touch it, Bob.
Yeah, they will.
The minute Paul Ryan came out and presented a plan courageously to fix it, they cut ads about him pushing Granny off the cliff. That is a lie. Democrats will not do anything.
It's the third rail, Bob. They're not going after it.
At the expense of trying not to talk over each other here, let me just say that he didn't try to fix it. He tried to gut it. But he wants it to go back to the states, and he wants it to be a voucher program. To fix Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is going to be within the existing structure. And that is what Obama had proposed, which is changing the cost of living increase, means testing for wealthier people on Medicare, and increasing the age of when you get it.
So if Rick Perry comes out and said, yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme, and the way to fix it is means test it, raise the age over time, he wipes out all this momentum that you say Romney is gaining. The only momentum Romney's gaining is by people focusing on this instead of Romney's problem with Obamacare.
Most Americans, and particularly seniors, don't think it's a Ponzi scheme. I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme. It is not a Ponzi scheme. And what he is saying is one of those typical loudmouth Texas comments that he wishes he hadn't said after he said it.
Bob, what Democratic proposal is out there right now to reform Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid?
To change the inflation adjustment, which will save a lot of money.
What plan is that?
It was Barack Obama put it down on the table with Boehner.
Where is it? I don't see it on his website. I didn't hear it last night in the speech.
Boehner could not get the Republicans to go along with
Nancy Pelosi came out and said, our plan to reform Medicare is Obamacare. That means cutting $500 billion for Medicare Advantage.
I will guarantee you that super committee...
They already did it. It's done.
I will guarantee the super committee is going to adopt Obama's plan, which is to change the cost of living increase, which saves hundreds of billions of dollars, change Medicare recipients, increase the age,
right?
And there's going to be, they have to. Otherwise
what?
Otherwise, you're never going to be able to get it out of
So you're saying it is a Ponzi scheme. Exactly right.
No, I'm not saying it's a Ponzi scheme. I'm saying it needs to be fixed. A lot of programs are out there that need to be fixed.
Aren't you saying what Rick Perry?
You want to fix it with another program?
I don't
in a more
call
artful way.
I don't call it. I don't big some big cowboy bull stuff.
Well, you may not like the way he says it.
I didn't say it, by the way. I want to make that clear.
But you're saying the same thing. It needs to be revamped and right. Otherwise, you just said it. Otherwise, people won't get benefits.
It's not a Ponzi scheme. It is something that needs to be adjusted because of the realities of the situation.
Bob just said it better.
If you were in on the ground floor, it's not a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, then it's called Amy.
All right. Well, speaking about cons, coming up, anti-gun proponents are now focusing on kids, even offering incentives to get rid of their toy guns. Yay! Those details next on the 5. Listen up, NRA.